Just because Quentin Beck makes up lies about the multiverse doesn't mean it isn't real. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
I mean, what excites me about Doctor Strange is what made him great in the comics, that he doesn't fight villains from this Earth or even from this universe, but from the multiverse and from other dimensions. So you get into all kinds of psychedelic weirdness, which this movie is going to. But when I came and talked to Kevin about doing a sequel, I said, I don't want to do just another sequel to do a sequel. If I'm going to do it, it has to go into the territory that drew me into the Doctor Strange comics in the first place, which is how they dipped into the gothic and the horror and the horrific, and we're going to make the first scary MCU film.
So what's next for him? Just easy softball questions.
I think, yeah, just some, home economics and cooking, knitwear, and a kind of crazy line in horror. Look, I'm really excited to be at the dawn of this project, and I think it's vital to maintain the integrity of humor and stuff that we had in the first film, but with this twist of horror, which I think will really have people gripped.
Is that twist of horror going to change any way that you approach him as a character at all, or?
He'll be facing unexpected things. I think he'll be in a position, rather like the audience, of not knowing what's coming at him. There was a lot of authority to his character, I thought, in the Avengers iterations and even in Thor as well. So we're going back to kind of trying to destroy him a bit, I think.
Obviously, early days, but when you have a strong sorcerer, it also helps when you have a strong witch. And the Scarlet Witch is appearing in this movie alongside her. Let's bring Lizzie Olsen back out.
Is there anything that you can tell us about how your Disney Plus show will play into Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness?
I don't know if I could answer the how, but I think I'm really excited to be able to link one story on one medium and bring it into the features. We haven't done that yet, and I think that's super unique to MCU.
I really like the character of Nightmare and the concept that the nightmare realm is a dimension. I always thought that was one of and that's early. That's like in the first Strange Tale. I think that's in the introductory episode of Doctor Strange, and I always loved that. We decided not to do that just because that's a bit of a complex idea to try to introduce everything that we do introduce and introduce the idea of nightmares themselves as being another dimension. I hope somewhere down the line we get to explore that, because I think that's a super cool.
Welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. So it's been a moment since I've personally spoken about Doctor Strange 2, Multiverse into the Madness. So that is why I played a few audio clips from San Diego Comic-Con when the director, when Mr. Doctor Strange, Benedict Cumberbatch and Kevin Feige were all talking about this movie, because 2021 is a packed freaking year just with Marvel alone. Shang-Chi, Spider-Man 3, Doctor Strange 2, Thor 4, and that's before you get into the Batman trilogy, the Matt Reeves one. 2021 is going to be absolutely freaking insane for comic books generally, comic book movies generally. So at the 100,000 subscriber mark, hopefully we get there by 2021, and we'll be giving away a PS4 Pro or an Xbox One X or a Switch with any game you want. All you gotta do is subscribe to the channel so we get to 100,000 subscribers faster. At the time of recording this video, we are like 25,000 subscribers plus away, so still a long way off. So we want to talk Doctor Strange 2. So in the video clip you also would have heard Scott Derrickson talking about the potential of wanting to bring Nightmare to the universe. Obviously, Multiverse into Madness, they can do lots of alternate storylines. They can introduce Blade. They could even introduce the Fantastic Four, X-Men, Deadpool, Warstu, holla at your boy, because my pronunciations of everything is absolute fire, because it is the English language. It's not the American English language. It's the American language, you'd think, but no, it's the English language. So if your boy Warstu says something like Thanos, not Thanos, I'm correct. God, I love reacting. So let's get into this video. So I want to go over Doctor Strange 2 Multiverse into the Madness plot, because I think it'd be pretty cool. So according to this source, I mean, take it with a pinch of salt, guys. You know what I'm like. But you guys love the Reddit kind of stuff, so we're going to go over this. So this film will indeed be a horror movie. Scott pitched the first one as a horror, but Disney wanted to play it safe for Steven's first out. And now he has established character. Marvel is ready to go out and punch people in the face and take risks. So what is interesting about this is we know it's a horror movie. We know it is a horror movie, but what it's going to be interesting is how can Marvel do a horror movie whilst keeping it in the PG category? Pretty easily, really. I mean, if you look at EndGame and Infinity War, there was a lot of deaths, but they had to do it in such a clever way, you know, not decapitating everyone's head, but they dusted everyone. So pretty easily, that's confirmed at San Diego Comic-Con it will be PG-13. Yep. It will indeed be a direct tie into WandaVision. Wanda will go insane after the events of the series and split open the multiverse, which is pretty interesting because she's supposed to be able to do reality warping, and everything like that. It's going to be absolutely insane. And they recently did confirm that she could be the strongest Avenger. Steven is torn between killing her or trying to redeem her, since he knows she's a good person deep down. So what is interesting is there's a lot of chatter on the internet. There's a lot of people saying Scarlet Witch is going to be the Phase 4 villain. How can this happen when Thor 4 comes after this movie? I'm pretty sure, if I got the schedule right, and Spider-Man 3 comes after this. So everyone's going to make out that Wanda will be the overall villain for the whole of Phase 4, which I don't really understand. I can't see Stephen Strange killing Wanda, to be honest. He will also need to find a way to repair the shattered multiverse before everything goes to SHIT. Now, what is interesting is Tony Stark said during EndGame, when you mess with reality, or when you mess with the timeline, time messes back. So maybe this is really more of a ramification from the Endgame snapping everything back into reality. Wanda will get a brand new look, which is pretty cool. In this movie, this is scary and will highlight the witch part of her character. It will include the crown. I'm also hearing her hair will be black. I think we're getting a gothic Wanda, which is pretty cool. As you know, the Morbius movie from Sony that comes out next year is going to have a gothic feel, as they did film in some pretty cool locations in London. Monica Rambeau, Darcy Lewis, Jimmy Woo will be part of this movie as well. I mean, I guess they're going to put a lot of people in this movie. People have been speculating how Monica gets powers in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Monica will get killed in WandaVision. That's interesting if this happens, but Steven enters a universe where Monica Rambeau gets blasted by the Space Stone instead of Carol Danvers, so this is an alternate storyline, so we expect this to happen. Maria was pregnant at the time, she didn't know. Monica will inherit her mother's powers and become the Photon when she grows up. So this is looking like it could be a stellar storyline if this is true. New characters include Clea, a seasonal sorcerer from the Hong Kong Sanctorium that Stephen falls in love with. Jericho, from the London Sanctorium, whose parents were evil voodooists. Returning is Wong, the Ancient One, and Christina. Now, what is interesting, guys, is so many times that certain website, you know, the one that gets every single scoop wrong, has said that Wong is returning. We get it. Wong is going to be returning. So the director of this movie has made it clear that there will be a gothical feel for this movie. We know this, but it isn't really confirmed Nightmare is the villain. I've seen a lot of people insinuating Nightmare is confirmed. It isn't really confirmed just because he said he wants to do it down the road. In the interview I played before this video started, he said it would be too confusing and too depth to put it in the first one. So according to this leak, the main villains will be Nightmare, an interdimensional demon who feeds on people's fears. He's eating at Wanda, influencing her terror, and making her go insane. Agatha Harkness, a discipline for Nightmare, who is proficient in witchcraft. And the next one is a very interesting one that most people on this channel haven't heard of. Shimagora, a big eyeball. Now, if you don't know who this character is, this character isn't really human, or at least the comic book variation wasn't. So essentially, this character is a Lord of Chaos, the master of extra-dimensional gods, known as the Old Ones. Shimagora rules over hundreds of dimensions, so Multiverse into the Madness, Shimagora has to play a part in this movie in a way. He's best known for being one of the most powerful and terrifying adversaries of Doctor Strange, it is seamlessly impossible to permanently destroy the evil god. Now, why I think this is interesting, guys, is because remember how hard Dormammu was for Doctor Strange to take out? Shimoguro is going to be insane. So I really like the idea that there's multiple villains because there's multiple characters in this. There's rumoredly a lot of different MCU characters coming into this movie. So let's continue on this alleged leak. Whoever ends up playing Wiccan from WandaVision will also be in this movie assisting Doctor Strange. Now, this is interesting. It really is. And I do believe a lot of this is real because most of it's already been unofficially confirmed. Marvel Zombies will play a part of this movie, and Steven will spend some time there trying to find a MacGuffin. We will see Zombie Cap, Zombie Iron Man, Zombie Doctor Strange. The Sorcerers will batter a Zombie Hulk. The animated series What If will be a sequence of sorts to MMO. Alternate timelines we see here will be fully explored in the show. So, I mean, this is probably one of the most realistic alleged plot leaks that your boy Warstu from Warstu.com, aka Warstu the YouTuber, has come across. And I do believe a lot of this could be real. Now, as for when casting notices comes out, I presume they will have to confirm some cast notices very soon, as it is a 2021 late launch, which means they will have to start shooting it at some point in 2020, probably 2020 summer, because it's usually a 1 year turnaround for editing and then by the release date. So we aren't really that far away. But I wanted to put this video out there because we've done Shang-Chi, this also comes out the same year. We've done a lot of videos, but we haven't really done any Doctor Strange 2 videos in a minute. And I really like the prospect of what is going to happen in Doctor Strange 2. We are so freaking hyped because so much could happen. You've heard the alleged rumors. Deadpool's coming through Doctor Strange's portal. Fantastic Four is, Galactus is, Warstu is, Blade is, Dracula is. Everyone's coming through this portal. So it's just going to be very interesting. Spider-Man could even come through it, I guess, in some capacity. So it is going to be very interesting. And I just wanted to put it out there and put a different spin on it. So if you could subscribe to the channel, guys, that would help me. That would be very much appreciated. If you could actually follow me on Instagram at Warstu. That would be awesome. I've been posting on there a bunch recently. And also follow me on Twitter at WWarstu. Then if you do want to join the Facebook group, it is DC Marvel Warstu. Just type Warstu in Facebook and the group, and also the fan page will come up. So like always, guys, please like, subscribe, and comment, and I will catch you in another video very soon. Catch you later.